The demonstrators on the streets of Guinea Bissau's capital shout, "Mario Vaz, go away." One of the demonstrators is Clotilde Fee. The 60-year-old nurse came back from exile in Portugal 2 years ago. Today, she's unemployed. When Vaz won the election, it was a glimmer of hope for a country plagued by military putches and drug cartels. It gets worse every day. I left my life in Portugal just to come here, and now the situation is a disaster. Shortly after the election, President Mario Vaz started fighting with his own party. 4 prime ministers have already had to leave office. The government proved to be incompetent. Instead of the president himself answering DW's questions, one of his closest confidants stepped in. He's a man who loves his country and his countrymen. The train is rolling, and no power on earth can stop it. This government will rule until the end. But they have nothing to show for it. It's one of the poorest countries in the world. Cashews are its only export product. The international community promised more than €1 billion in aid after the election. The crisis put an end to that. Parliament refused to agree with the government's program. They haven't even presented a budget. The party of the former independence movement insists the president is responsible and that he's trying to govern alone, which is not allowed under the country's constitution. All attempts at mediation have failed so far.
So the only way to get out of this mess is to give the people of Guinea Bissau the opportunity to express again how we're going to get out of this mess. So elections, early elections. So I think that's the solution right now.
But the president won't allow it. Both sides are standing their ground.
In Guinea-Bissau, politics and power struggles are delaying the development of the entire country. The next elections are scheduled for 2018, but until then, hardly anybody here believes in a positive change for Guinea-Bissau.